What's the story with Stewart in NASCAR, and when will it end? This individual is wreaking havoc in NASCAR, and what he did recently was one of the most unexpected acts that no one saw coming. So will NASCAR continue, and what contract has Tony Stewart just walked away from? But before, please subscribe to our channel and press the like button. Tony Stewart is sick with NASCAR, and it all started with Tony's mystery tweet last night, looking for a new weekend hobby, something not Southeastern based. What was it again that was based in the Southeast? Is this a NASCAR race? I suppose it is NASCAR. Please keep it low-key and relaxing if you have any recommendations. However, things heated up significantly after Stewart spoke with Associated Press's Stephen Hawkins just a few hours earlier. I suppose you should, since it is hot, but here is Tony Stewart's most crucial statement in that article. "I'm not going to talk about it," Tony Stewart said of his team's NASCAR sanctions. Tony Stewart may struggle to maintain Stewart-Haas racing in NASCAR's top tier, but he understands how to promote. A week after promising $1 million to the winner of a sprint car race at his Ohio track, the three-time Cup Series champion devised a clever method to schedule Year 3 of his superstar racing experience, SRX. The individuals in charge of NASCAR and the owners of the racetrack are unlikely to like it. The superstar racing experience, which is akin to the former IROC series, is planning for 2023. Tony Stewart, who helped launch SRX, said last week that the 6-race series will now air on ESPN on Thursday evenings instead of CBS on Saturday nights. This is great news for all of the country's little tracks. The owners and racers would prefer to have spectators in the stands rather than watching major names from past and present races on TV. Although we do not yet know who will be driving in 2023, SRX revealed its itinerary on Wednesday. It includes a lot of activities across the Northeast and Midwest once again. Geography is simply a means of making logistics function. The races take place every week, and SRX builds and maintains the automobiles. That means remaining near to the shop so that the vehicles may be repaired and wrapped as needed while still making it to the next track on Thursday. Tony Stewart is an excellent marketer who also knows how to save money. He has scheduled an SRX race at his own Eldora Speedway for the second time in 3 years. This is also the circuit where Stewart will award a $1,023 prize to the winner of a sprint car race held a month ago. Almost the entire schedule is set up such that races are staged in close proximity to the NASCAR Cup Series event that weekend, and this is how the timetable looks. Stafford Motor Speedway in Stafford Springs, Connecticut on July 13, followed by NASCAR in Loudon, New Hampshire on July 16. Thunder Road Speed Bowl will be in Barrie, Vermont on July 20, and NASCAR will be at Pocono on July 23. Motor Mile Speedway in Radford, Virginia on July 27, with NASCAR in Richmond on July 30. Berlin Raceway near Grand Rapids, Michigan on August 3rd, with NASCAR at Michigan International on August 6th. Eldora Speedway in New Weston, Ohio on August 10, with NASCAR in Indianapolis on August 13. Lucas Auto Speedway at Wheatland, Missouri on August 17, with NASCAR at Watkins Glen on August 20. Stafford is the only track where SRX has competed in all 3 seasons. The most important takeaway here is how simple it will be for Cup Series drivers to transition from the first 5 tracks to their NASCAR duties a few days later. Last season, SRX races were held on Saturdays, and NASCAR events were held on Sundays. Thus, they were physically near to one another. However, because Cup Series qualifying occurred on Saturday, drivers could not normally handle both jobs. Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott raced at Sharon Speedway in Ohio on Saturday. The next day, they raced at Pocono, although there were no other top series drivers there. What do you think of Tony Stewart's strategy? Tell us in the comment section below. Also, please subscribe to our channel for more NASCAR news. Tony Stewart, who helped launch SRX, may have an easier job getting some big names to test it out this time. The Stewart-Haas Racing Shop may be a nice spot to start recruiting for new employees. When Stafford Speedway announced the race date and tagged Kevin Harvick, he replied, seems convenient. However, NASCAR is bound to run into issues with Stewart's schedule at some time. NASCAR and its circuits gain money when consumers buy race tickets. If same people pay to see the SRX race on Thursday, they might not pay to watch the neighboring Xfinity Series event on Saturday or the Cup Series race on Sunday. Stewart probably doesn't care about hurting NASCAR's feelings after SHR was smacked with 2 large fines at the close of last season. However, if Cup Series drivers win the majority of the SRX races next season, this might lead to a clash between the two groups. Stewart has stunned everyone, including club owners, by pulling off a transaction that was expected after becoming the leader of the rumored breakaway movement. Stewart is clearly a man who cares more for the people engaged in NASCAR than the people in power, which is why a break has been proposed again. The business model is currently the major point of contention between NASCAR team owners and the NASCAR president. The team owners receive a small portion of the money, and sponsorships should account for around 80% of the money brought to the table. Stewart has made it quite obvious that SRX is neither a side hobby or a diversion from NASCAR, but rather a stable championship with expansion ambitions. Stewart has demonstrated this once more by securing a television contract with ESPN to broadcast all 6 races scheduled for the 2023 season. What a brave decision, given that a new TV deal between NASCAR and the TV media rights was set to expire in 2024. One of the most obvious aspects of the SRX deal with ESPN is that the popularity of this independent tournament is growing. Having ESPN broadcast all 6 2023 events is a significant step toward creating your own championship within NASCAR. Still, without NASCAR being engaged in any way with how you operate or how the championship is conducted, there is a significant gap. Nonetheless, it has received little notice because team owner NASCAR provides all of the vehicles and equipment for the SRX, which means they are now excavating their own grade. This series currently has 11 full-time drivers, with Stewart and Marco Andretti having won the past 2 titles. This logo was previously used to emphasize lower levels of dirt and paved racing across the states, and the fact that ESPN is bringing it back solely for SRX shows that the competition has made a significant step toward catching NASCAR and eventually defeating them in their own game. Stewart discussed the ESPN TV arrangement and what it means for the series, saying, "Thursday Night Thunder is where people like me, who were just starting our careers in USAC, got the chance to build a name for ourselves because of its prominence on ESPN. It's incredible to see Thursday Night Thunder return, but even more incredible to be a part of it all over again with SRX." Don Hawk, the CEO of SRX, spoke with ESPN about the arrangement and how star drivers around the U.S. may benefit from it. "When we were given the opportunity to present the idea of Thursday Night Thunder on ESPN, I knew it would be yet another disruptive and momentous event in SRX and racing history, reconnecting fans with ESPN on little tracks with celebrity drivers all around the U.S. for years to come. But this isn't even the worst thing that has happened to NASCAR. The fact that Tony Stewart is hosting a sprint car race with a record-breaking $1 million prize will undoubtedly encourage NASCAR drivers to try out for this new category. Tony is doing everything he can to persuade NASCAR that they no longer need to run anything and that the split will take place sooner rather than later. However, the breakup is still simply a rumor with no official confirmation. Stewart is grabbing every opportunity to promote SRX as the finest option to NASCAR, since the championship is slowly but steadily fading, owing to team owners' discontent. The fact that Eldora has increased their offer to $1 million, which has never occurred before, and that it is owned by Stewart, clearly shows that Tony has some personal business with NASCAR and is willing to come out on top in this battle. What are your opinions on Stewart's ESPN contract? Please let us know in the comments section below. That's everything for now. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to view more of our NASCAR updates videos. We hope to see you in the upcoming video.